All right, you guys ready? You ready to talk about the attack of the killer Karens?
Sure.
And not the killer clowns. Well, the killer Karens and killer clowns could be synonymous, be the same thing. Oh, what do we got? Welcome to Wednesday's show. I hope you guys enjoyed Monday's show, the best of. Yes, and some of you who didn't pay attention and just went ahead and listened are like, this sounds like it was done a year ago. It's because it was. All right, how things have changed in just 1 year. It wasn't actually, it was even, well, I think we, because we recorded that before June, but we aired it in June or something like that. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about killer Karens, violent crimes, Skyrockets. We got a Brownell's bullet points for you, and a whole lot of fun and frivolity. All heading your way just as soon as we play the music.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Jared, you know how sometimes True Coach will take a crap on you?
Yes.
Yeah, the app. What I found is every once in a while, I'll finish my workout. I'll hit post, right? And then 24 hours will go by, and I won't hear anything from Graham, and I'll be like, what the hell, Graham? Are you going to respond or what? And then I go back into True Coach, and I open it, and it says, update, submit. And I'm like, mother Fletcher, I did this. All right, I'll tap the button again, and we'll see if it works again. So the other day, I worked out on Saturday. Saturday's my program day. So did my thing Saturday. Saturday was a super blue collar day. I was tired, and I really didn't feel like it. And I was just like, just do these things and get them done with, right? So I did it, and I told him, like, hey, I know that my form wasn't the best, but this is just the way it is. And I sent it away. And I didn't hear anything from him on Sunday, and I was like, well, it's Sunday, no big deal. And Monday morning came, and I opened it up, and I'm like, bus bucket. It wasn't there. So I resubmitted it, but I didn't get a workout for Monday. Because normally, because my schedule is Monday, Thursday, Saturday, right? I get 2 days off, then I get one. So here it is Monday, and it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And I don't have a scheduled workout, and I haven't heard anything from Graham. I'm like, well, I know what to do. So I went and I got my notebook, and I went 7 days previous to that workout, and I just added 5 pounds to everything, and I did it.
You were supposed to just take the day off.
I was.
Yeah.
So I did the whole thing. I did the squats and the bench and the deadlift, right? I did the whole thing. And then, like 5 o'clock, I get an email that says, it's Memorial Day, take a rest day. Thanks. Okay.
You're like, I would have, but I'm so dedicated. I'm such a dedicated student that I just did it.
I was actually thinking, I was doing the thing like, well, my coach didn't tell me, so I could just say, hey, I didn't have a workout, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you're more mature than that. You know what to do, so just do what you need to do.
Yep.
And I was also thinking I need to, because Monday's workout is an important workout. Why, Jared? For me. Because you're
sorry.
choking. While Jared chokes, I'll go ahead and continue to vamp.
Sorry about that. But, you surprised me so much. I inhaled an ice cube. I coughed all over everything. Now it's got COVID. But the Monday is one of the most important workouts of the week because it's starting out the week. So you're actually you're making the decision to start the week with the momentum you need to continue the Wednesday and Friday workouts.
For me, are you Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Yep.
See, I'm Monday, Thursday, Saturday. So one of the reasons that Monday is so important for me is because I need to bank those gains. I know that's total gym talk.
Bank the gains, baby. Hashtag B2G.
Yeah, but in order to notice a difference on Thursday, I've got to do the recovery, right? The stress adaptation recovery. And so I've got to do, if I want the adaptation and recovery, you got to do the stress. So I did it. But anyway, we're not supposed to be talking about that right now anyway, but what else? Oh, after we're not public, remind me, I talked to our friend Dr. Dan on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday.
We've been playing phone tag back and forth.
Yeah, I talked to him for about an hour. I think it was Saturday. All right. We have a Brownells bullet points for you and you and you. So listen up, freaks. I've got some good news for you. Was there a cough during the Brownells bullet points? Maybe. All right. What is the good news, Paul? Tell me the good news. I'm going to tell you the good news. Jared, you know how usually when we have these freak out gun panic buys, everything's gone, right, for months.
Yep.
Well, this was a different freak out. This wasn't a Obama like normally inspired freak out where hardcore gun people who already have rifles and stuff stock up on everything. This was an amateur freak out. And so what that actually means to you and I is there's still plenty of magazines. You see, the first-time gun buyer, all these people that are like, well, I never owned a gun before, but I better get one because of the crisis, panic, whatever. So they all went and bought a gun. They bought a pistol or a shotgun or a rifle or whatever. But here's what those people don't know. See, they don't know what we know. They don't know you're supposed to buy 20 PMags when you get that right. They don't know to do that. So not only, if you go to the Brownells website, and I like to use Brownells as kind of a barometer of what's going on in the gun world, what's missing. If things are out of stock, I'm like, this is what's, people are buying. Like, for instance, I was really shocked to see that every shotgun was sold out a couple weeks ago.
All of them.
Like,
it was insane.
$1,000 shotguns and the $300 shotguns were all sold out. So, but if you go right now, you go to the Brownells website over on the right-hand side, it says sale and clearance. Boom, page 1. AR-15 aluminum mags from Brownells, the Brownells brand mags, 30 rounders, $14. PMags, black PMag Gen 2, $12, $12.99. Bonus capacity factory Glock mags, the 33 round G17 mags, $35 on sale right now from Brownells.
Boom.
So, how
about drum mags? How about drum mags?
The drum. Let me see, page 2, I think.
I was looking at those the other day, and I was like,
$109 for the 60 round PMags, and they work. I know they're difficult to load, but you're not going to load them in the middle of a gunfight. Okay, but like, they took too long to load. They're
Speak
hard
for
to load.
yourself. You know what I started doing actually?
What?
Almost all of the ammo that I have that's 5.56, 223 is in stripper clips now. So that it will be easy to load when I need to load it.
Did I leave you a can of stripper clips?
What?
Did I leave you a can?
No,
of
I bought a
stripper-
whole can of them. It's like
You
half
bought
full.
a can of them?
The can looked like it was old and stuff, and looked like it came from you. But I bought it, and it was like half full of stripper clips and stuff. And so, yeah.
If you don't know what a stripper clip and a speed loader is, then whatever. 10-pack of Glock 17 mags. They've got them on sale. If you're a spaz and you need a window, and someone's like, I saw a picture and you had PMags with windows in them. You know why?
Because they're cheap.
No, because I got them for articles years ago.
Oh, the window ones were actually on sale at one point, where the non-window ones, maybe it was the opposite. It was the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. The window ones were more expensive.
Because Americans are spazzes. and have to have windows. Yeah. That's why the Europeans, the original, if you go back and look at old World War II magazines, like the Browning high power mags, they just had like two indicators, 2 holes in the magazine. What was it? Another one. The high power one, I think, only had 2 holes, and there was a couple other that didn't have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 17 like holes in the back. Because way back when, before firearms manufacturers started listening to morons, and they just like we're engineers and we know what to make and we don't need morons to tell us what to do. They're like, well, you don't want to put holes in the mags because that allows dust. The more holes that are in the magazine, I mean, you already have to have a hole on top, right? Put the bullets in. But if you put holes all over the damn thing, then dust gets in it, and that makes it not work right. And they knew that. They're like, don't do that crap, right? Well, then Americans like, well, I won't know how many rounds I have in my magazine if I don't have all the holes in the back.
Did you know that windows they allow more natural light, and it makes the inside of the space feel much bigger? So I think the purpose of the windows is actually to allow the natural light in so that it feels like you have more bullets inside.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And if you like window mags, whatever, I don't care. Use the window mag. As long as you have some magazines with some bullets in them, there you go.
Here's the reality. If you're a person who likes to and knows how to and understands that you should disassemble your mags and clean the grit and garbage out of them, then rock on. If you'd rather spend more time shooting your guns than disassembling them and cleaning the dust out, then that might be a good idea. So that's why I really like the Glock PMags, or the PMag for Glocks.
The PMag, the Glock PMag.
They only have one window.
Yeah, it's great.
And there's not 17 holes in the back of it. That's the downside of the Canics. The Canic magazines is the back of the magazine's full of holes. And
but remember what we learned though is it didn't matter how much sand you put in there. Well, okay, at a certain point there was too much sand, but it didn't matter how much you got in there. The stuff still worked.
Well, the gun works, but with the magazines, if you fill the magazines with gritty, that super fine talcum powder sand, they're going to stop working.
Like at a certain training school in Tennessee.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, but who doesn't? They don't have, and I'm really proud of them for not doing that. The AK mags. Maybe that's the difference. I didn't mean to get on this subject, but maybe that's the difference between people who shoot AKs, people who shoot ARs. There is no window option for the AK mags, the AKP mags.
We know why, because it's curved. You can't make curved windows.
Really?
You can't make banana windows.
You don't think they have the science to do that? Oh, yeah. Well, you know what happened? Somebody's like, well, there's no windows in them, so let's make them out of clear polymer so you can see the bullets. Kids. Well, I have no real world experience, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The moral of the story is that magazines are on sale. You go to brownells.com and you can get a bunch of on sale magazines for less than you would normally pay for them.
So isn't that the opposite of what you should do during a crisis? Shouldn't they have done the model, the lower than dirt model, and just like jack the prices up 100%?
Maybe.
I remember when the Obama thing was going on, when that company put PMags on their website for $99. I remember that. That was a real thing. And there's a special place in hell. All right. Let's thank our friends at Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the U.S. of A. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Jared, we used to bore holes in people's heads to let the demons out. But then they said, you know what? We should probably stop that. And it took someone standing up, raising their hand and saying, let's stop doing that. because everybody up to that point was just going along with it.
That's actually what's wrong with society today.
Everyone
We
just going along
stopped
with it.
letting the demons out of the human body. Now they're all in there.
We need to drill more holes.
Drill more holes. Hashtag drill
there's
more
a
holes.
woman that we will be talking about very soon that needs to have the demons let out of her head. But we're not there yet. We're talking about Century Arms and their canic pistols, which won't quit as long as you keep the talcum powder fine sand out of the magazines. They'll run like a champ. So check those guys out at centuryarms.com. Duracoat. Is it still June? No, not June. It's not June yet. Okay, it's still May. All right. So in June, we're going to pick a winner. That's just what's
June
going to happen.
1-5.
It's almost like we shouldn't let Christopher Umana play.
I know. Did you see?
Because he just runs everybody over.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh man.
There were a few contenders that I saw.
Oh, there are. There's some good ones. He just went nuts.
Yeah.
See, he's a professional. He is a professional.
He's got his little airbrush set up.
The drums that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But you guys, if you'd like to have not ugly gun or not ugly can or not ugly drum set or guitar or whatever, I don't care.
Not an ugly cup.
Oh, a cup? Yeah, you can have a cup. Whatever. Check those guys out at
DuracoatFirearmFinishes.com. Life is too
Hashtag
short to have
finish.
an ugly gun.
That's right. Hashtag badass finish. All right. I think I can say this publicly because it's not a secret.
Nope, you're not allowed.
Okay, I won't. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and move on.
Wait, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say that, like a lot of people, production, SWAT Fuel's been having problems with production because of the governors and their COVID crisis crap.
Yep.
And it's not just the actual SWAT Fuel. That's the thing when you're a manufacturer. Very few manufacturers make every piece in-house because it's very cost prohibitive and it's expensive. So, like, if you're somebody like Dan, you don't own a company that makes plastic bottles, right? You contract those out.
Yeah, because why would you unless you want to make plastic bottles?
Yeah, I mean, if your like thing isn't making plastic bottles, you just go to a vendor to get the little plastic bottles and caps. But when that vendor can't operate because they're in a state that's run by a Democrat tyrant, and they're like, they're not essential. So here's the thing with SWAT Fuel. Their pipeline has been fogged up because of the COVID. And hopefully...
Are they back in stock now, though? No.
Some stuff is, some stuff isn't.
Okay.
And the reason it isn't is because of the virus. Because of the there's like 45 states that are run by communists, and they're screwing everything up for the whole rest of the country. So that's that. I'd like to tell you that everything is going smooth that direction, but if you're like, well, I went to SWAT Fuel and I tried buying, they're out of stock, and I'm like, that's why. It's not because they don't want to make it.
Jump on their little notify me list when it comes back in stock, because what's going to happen is everybody that is jumping on that list is going to be notified when it's back in stock, and they'll
get it first.
Yeah, or it'll go out of stock again. You'll be like, well, what the heck?
Yeah. So
they've got the multivitamins.
Stuff, like right now, like they have the vitamins and they have the Plus P. So that's good. That's good news. They got the vitamins and the Plus P.
Yep, the good stuff.
Somehow they just everybody bought up all the fat burner. I guess they were like, hey, I need to burn some fat, man.
I need to eat my my quarantine snacks, so I need this fat burner.
I need to burn this fat, man. Yep. So there you go. All right, moving on. Zach, it's your turn to pay attention, new listeners.
ShopSOTG.com is the perfect place to go if you are a student of the gun. Whether you want to expand your brain, increase your marksmanship, or help keep your family safe. All that, plus the Pimp Hand brands that you love. ShopSOTG.com has almost anything that an American patriot would want. Education, enlightenment, and entertainment, and we're open 24/7. Check out ShopSOTG.com today and see for yourself.
Yeah, and see for yourself. And see for yourself, did you guys check out the new targets over the holiday weekend?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that, yeah.
Yep, if you didn't, you're wrong. You need to check out the new targets. There's a Murder Hornet target.
Heck yeah.
And there's a Corona bat target that you can shoot. You can shoot up the Corona bat target. I think my favorite is the Murder Hornet one though.
Oh, definitely, that one's the best.
Doesn't the Murder Hornet one have a kitten, a no-shoot kitten on it?
Yes, it does.
Did you do that, Zach?
Oh no, I'm not making the targets. That's our buddy Randy. It's our buddy Randy.
I know, but who decided to put the no-shoot kitten on there?
Not me.
Oh, okay. I thought that would have been a you thing, but okay.
That's something I would have done, but it was not something that I did do. No.
So go to Shop SOTG and check out the new targets, you freaks. All right, and here's the thing: if you get them from us and you go to the range, everyone's gonna be like, "Where did you get those? You're the coolest person I've ever seen." And you're like, "I know people.
I can agree.
I'm part of the in crowd, and you're not. So there you go. All right, we've got a Crossbreed Holsters Student of the Gun homeroom for you. Yes, you and you and you and you and you and you and you. Boom, 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 boom. Dangerous by Madison Rising is the theme song for Crossbreed Holsters Homeroom. That's right. Why? Why should you be dangerous on demand? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because all across the country, in every major metropolitan area, they're just letting the crooks out. And the ones that haven't been arrested yet or haven't been let out are all wearing masks anyway. Oh. But before we get too far into this stupidity, make sure that when you go shop at Crossbreed Holsters that you use the promo code SOTG18. SOTG18 is how you're going to save money, and you're going to be a happy camper. All right, first story. This is going to be shock face right here. You're going to say, what? There's no way. I don't believe this, Paul. It can't be true. From Los Angeles. It's losangelescbslocal.com.uk/
Not true. That would be weird, though.
There's a video in here.
Do you want to play that?
I don't think it has a push ad. So would you like to play? I want you to play at least the first 30 seconds of this video so you can listen to these people they're just shocked by what's happening.
All right.
They can't believe it.
Yeah, and you can't see. I'll read the title while you're doing that. Santa Ana PD says that robberies increased by 50%. Suspects are using face covering orders to their advantage.
No way. Let me know when you're ready to play it.
Sorry, it's one of those stupid websites and the stupid video players that when you pause it, all the controls go away, so I can't pause it and put it back to the beginning because I had to wait for it to load.
Fun.
Okay. Yeah, it's very fun.
So you're ready
Jared,
now?
I know you feel my pain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do feel your pain. Pointing a gun right at a gas station clerk, a man in traffic vest and ball cap demanded money as his accomplice wearing a mask grabbed the cash. You want to go ahead and play it, Zach?
Yep, I'm ready to play.
All right.
Of course, but some thieves in Orange County are using those face coverings to terrorize businesses.
Yeah, and now the hunt is on for at least 3 suspects in 2 robberies. KCAL 9's Stacey Butler has the latest details on a disturbing spike in crime in Santa Ana.
Pointing his gun right at a gas station clerk, a man in a traffic vest and a ball cap demanded money as his accomplice, wearing a mask, grabbed the cash.
We're sitting here not knowing who's going to walk into the door.
The thieves, who didn't raise the clerk's suspicion, took off in a silver Nissan Altima last Friday at 2 a.m. In 17 years at a Santa Ana gas station and convenience store, this owner has never seen anything like it. He says the mask requirement is putting his staff in danger.
It's horrible. I mean, I know we have to take certain measure of what's happening with the COVID-19, but the thing, it's like perfect script or manual for a robber. A mask, sunshade, and a hoodie, that's it. You don't know who's coming, who's walking in.
Elias Kawan and his staff feel so unsafe, he cut his hours from open all night to now closed at 10 p.m., a 25% hit to his bottom line. And he put up these signs: no hoodies, no backpacks, no handbags.
They're very scared. I have 2 employees who said, no, we don't want to work at nighttime.
Santa Ana police say since the lockdown, robberies in Santa Ana have spiked 50%. Check out this thief hiding his face with a bandana at a donut shop on Bristol last month. The cashier is caught off guard. Then he points a gun at her and empties both registers before getting away.
It's the norm. So we're seeing more and more suspects wearing the mask and using that to their benefit.
I'm not surprised. I mean, seeing what happened and living around it, I'm expecting it to be more and more.
Police don't know exactly why there's been a spike in robberies recently. They suspect that it could have something to do with the fact that so many inmates have recently been released from the Orange County Jail due to COVID-19. In Santa Ana, Stacy Butler, KCAL 9 News.
Did you see that the sign that he hung up, the hoodie thing, it looked like a cat? Did you see it?
No.
It looked like a cat
I was focused on the reporter is standing outside with no one around her. And she's wearing a mask.
Normalization.
She's standing outside at night, and you can see the background. There's no one near her, and she's wearing a mask. Why? Yeah, exactly. Normalization.
I saw a post on Instagram the other day, and it was from somebody that's in our network that said that it was and I kind of agree. It's like, well, why are we criticizing people who wear masks when that's the same thing that people do with those who carry guns? And I just simply replied, it's not about the wearing the mask. If they know all the information and they still choose to wear a mask, I don't really care. It's about blindly following the orders of hypocrites is the issue. It's not about, wear a mask, I don't care, but know all the facts first. I don't care what you do in your daily life, as long as you're not doing it in a blanket of ignorance.
And for that, okay, first let's get back to the story.
Yeah.
Number one, they're like, some people hypothesize that maybe all these robberies are coming because they allowed thousands of inmates out of the Orange County Jail. No kidding. No kidding. What we know is that people who did like a fraction of their sentence, so in some cases they hadn't even been in jail a week, and they're like, "Oh, you get to go home." They're like, "What?"
Oh, but you don't understand. It was just people that were nonviolent criminals.
Oh yeah. Only, yeah. They're all nonviolent and yeah, whatever.
A perfect example of a nonviolent criminal is the dude that they released, and then 10 minutes later he was choking a child.
Yeah.
Perfect example of nonviolent criminal.
That dude's got the record. Okay, that guy's got the record.
Yeah.
The previous record was 37 minutes. The guy carjacked the lady in a parking lot 37 minutes after being released on the catch and release program. But this is literally, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, this story is in California where only the criminals can have guns. And you're like, oh, no, some people in California can have concealed carry permits. Who? Well, I mean, if the sheriff is nice and they like you and you donate to their political campaign, then you know, after a series of anal probes, then maybe you'll get your permission slip to carry. Okay. Whatever.
But that's just in California, though. I mean, this isn't happening everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Does it?
So 50% spike. What have we said? What have we been saying for literally years? If you look at FBI uniform crimes reports, any variance of 5% or greater is cause for concern. Jared, we're reaching previously unseen territory with this kind of stuff. Let's go to Houston, Texas. Now in Tejas, they have shall issue. They don't have constitutional carry because Texas can't seem to fix themselves in that regard, but they do have shall issue. And we've got another story from May 22nd. Murders in Houston spike 2%, 3%, 5%. If murders spiked 5%, would you be concerned?
Yes.
What's the story here, Jared? ABC13.com.
Murders in Houston spiked 50% during the pandemic. Dude, if I could have business growth of 50% over year, hell yeah.
You'd be that's if you had a 10% business growth year to year, you'd be dancing in the street. So the business of murder in Houston is up 50%.
50. Murder is on the rise in Houston, according to the Houston Police Department chief, our favorite buddy, Art Acevedo.
Yes.
Chief, he said that there's 50% increase in homicides from this time last year. He also added that the city of Houston is seeing nearly 1 murder per day this year. Wow, that's crazy. That's sad.
Now, hold on. Jared, remind me. Help me out here. Didn't Art ask the criminals to just chill out?
No. That was somebody else.
That was a different guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who that was, actually.
But I think Art was shocked that they were... Wasn't he the one that was shocked and dismayed that they were taking advantage?
Yeah, he recently did something like that. We talked about a story where he was something like that. He
was just... He thought it was terrible that these criminals would be taking advantage of this, because who would have known? You're
said,
like, hang on, criminals are taking advantage of this?
No. He said it's a combination of issues that are all related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Domestic violence, mental health issues, and drug violence are the main sources of the problem, according to Mr. Acevedo. Okay.
Well, we need to abolish marriage.
With the stay home, stay safe orders in place, many households are struggling with domestic issues. Acevedo said the crisis behind... Oh, well, that's right. He said that the crisis behind closed doors has escalated.
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday, a 24... So is everything a crisis now? Just as a quick side note.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
On Wednesday, a 24-year-old pregnant woman was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend. Her unborn child was also... I can't even read that sentence. Her unborn child was also killed.
Hang on a second. Stop. Ralph Northam said that was a late-term abortion. So shut your pie hole there. That's a late-term abortion. That's all that is.
You want to see Jared get angry?
Kumo. Andrew Kumo says that's just a late-term abortion.
I want to see Jared get angry.
No, Jared doesn't get angry very often. Nobody wants to see Jared angry.
You're like Bill Bixby.
Yeah. HPD told ABC 13 they have responded to 131 murders in 2020. That is definitely a lot of murders. It's a nearly 50% increase from the 88 murders around this time last year. Wow.
We're only 5 into the year.
Yeah, I know. This is a quote from Acevedo. A big driver of that is really the drug trade, the drug trafficking activity, where a lot of these deaths have been people shooting other people over drugs.
Mm-hmm. And how do we create a city where drug dealers and people feel free to just roam around?
Well, you don't understand. It's the COVID-19 pandemic. It's not the actions taken by leaders. It's the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, it's not
just this blanket thing.
By Democrats.
You can't blame people. It's wrong.
Yeah. Isn't Houston the city that continuously reelects Sheila Jackson Lee?
We're hopeful that they're taking on more cases. We know that criminals are more in fear of the federal system, not just here, but across the country, than they are of the state system.
Okay, yeah, he said
that was in response to, he said they're now working with federal partners like the FBI and ATF to catch suspects. Yeah.
The ATF's a tax collection agency.
Oh, no, but they had guns involved.
So what, if these criminals didn't pay their taxes? They didn't buy their tax stamps, or what? They didn't fill out the paperwork properly? The ATF is a tax collection agency.
No, see, you're missing the point. They legislated their ability to go ahead and take care of these issues.
They issued a memo. They're like, hey, we got up today, and our director issued a memo, and we are now the police of America.
I misspoke. I said legislated. I didn't even mean legislated. I meant memoed.
That'd be like state senators and congressmen going in and voting and debating. No. And does Art Acevedo, did this imbecile not go to the police academy, or did he go and then he's like, yeah, whatever, I don't need to remember all that stuff. You see, when I went to the police academy, and I graduated top of my class. Yes, and I can
have
say
a picture to prove it.
That's right. Here's what I learned: that there are very few state crimes that are, quote, federal cases. The only authority that the U.S. federal government has in a state case is if it would have, quote unquote, crossed borders. That's why the FBI is involved in kidnapping. Did you know that, Jared? Because the federal government has no authority to dictate anything inside of a state unless it's state to state or interstate commerce.
Yep.
Murder is not a federal crime. Drug trafficking is not a federal crime. Drug sales, kidnapping, the only reason kidnapping is with the FBI is because, they're the interstate thing. Like, well, kidnappers, they kidnap people and they take them across state lines, and that makes it the FBI's jurisdiction. The FBI has no jurisdiction when it comes to Houston drug trafficking, okay? Because each state has their own laws about drugs. You see, some states in the United States of America, it's still a felony to buy and sell pot. And some, it's not, okay? Some methamphetamines, just all the states, the revised codes of all the different states are different. Art Acevedo is a moron, and he's part of the problem. But nobody in Houston's going to say, hey, you know what? You're part of the problem, douchebag.
How did he end up in Texas again?
Well, he was in California, and then the California of Texas, Austin, hired him. So he went from California to Austin, and Austin is a liberal crap hole. And so he made his bones in Austin. And, of course, Houston is run by Democrats, and they're like, hey, if he's good for liberal Democrat Austin, then come on down. You can be our chief of police because you'll enforce our liberal Democrat policies, and you'll blame all the crime on guns or the crisis. It's not the criminals' fault. It's not the fault it's not that they opened up the jails and let the criminals out. No, there's too many guns and crises going on here. And I love how this 4-star general, because Art's got to wear 4 stars on his collar because it's not good enough for a chief of police to just wear the eagle like they used to. Now they got to decorate themselves with all these stars.
4-star.
Yeah.
Have you seen the North Korean generals?
Yeah, they're like North Korean generals. They got all the way down to their waist. So he's the top cop in Houston, and his solution is, well, we're going to farm it over to the FBI and the ATF because criminals are more afraid of the feds. No, they're not. Where did you get that information from? A storybook? A movie? Does he watch TV shows? Does he be watching CSI or whatever?
Yep.
No, they're not. And that's a fact.
Is this part of the fallout from the grad program, or is that the Killer Karen loses her job?
No, the Killer Karen's next. All right, let's move on. All right. So on was it Friday?
I don't
Thursday?
remember.
It was a grad program.
My days are running together. It was either Thursday or Friday.
It was one of the two. It was either Thursday or Friday. It was during the grad program. We brought us to you a story about a Killer Karen, a doctor in, where's this imbecile? Pennsylvania? Wasn't she in Pennsylvania? She's in Pennsylvania. And she threatened to shoot. She was going to use her licensed concealed carry pistol to shoot and kill anyone who came within 6 feet of her who wasn't wearing a mask. And we said, all right.
That's
we also
premeditated right there, but okay.
Yeah, premeditated assault or whatever, She was also a school board member. Well, apparently some people in Pennsylvania are still paying attention, and we're not happy with Killer Karen. And we've got a story, a follow-up to that. This happened after we did the previous episode. So go ahead, Jared.
All right. It says, quote, Mad Commie Mommy, who threatened to shoot people not wearing masks, forced to resign from school board. This is from SecondAmendmentDaily.com. It says, earlier this week, we told you how Dr. Jennifer Rager Kay had gone viral, and not in a good way. The doctor made a Facebook post referencing reopen protesters in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. In the post, Dr. Raging Rager, that's what they called her.
Raging Rager.
That alliteration is great. Said that she would use her legally permitted handgun to shoot and kill anybody who came in within 6 feet of her without wearing a mask. Yeah, that actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
While the media initially tried to spin the story to make Dr. Rager look like a pro-gun advocate, they missed the part where she had run for House Representative with endorsement from Moms Demand Action.
She's a Democrat.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She had an endorsement from the people who don't like guns, but she has a permit herself and carries a gun. So
they don't like you stupid redneck Trump voters having guns. It's okay for their people to have guns.
It says a week of outcry from law-abiding Pennsylvania gun owners has Dr. Rage singing a new tune. I don't think it really does, though.
No.
After facing intense criticism for her outlandish remarks, she is resigning from her position on the school board. Of course, she has no intention of getting herself the mental help that she needs. No, she's intent on blaming anybody but herself, as you can see in her bitter resignation letter. You want me to read this whole letter?
I won't make you read that whole thing.
Thank you. But there is if you're watching this, and I know you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, go to the show notes and click that link and go read this resignation letter. It might be a waste of your time,
she says,
but it's only 3 paragraphs.
I'll read you the first paragraph. As a result of a post I placed on social media, I have received threats against my personal and professional well-being. That with great sorrow have compelled me to submit this letter of formal resignation. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so do you see what she just did? In the first sentence, she paints herself as the victim.
Yeah.
It's like she went on Facebook to complain about these pro-liberty freedom people out protesting the lockdown and not wearing masks, and she was going to put them on notice that if they came within 6 feet of her, she was going to shoot and kill them. So people are like, you don't need to be on our school board, psycho. Oh, well, now I'm being threatened. What? So here's the lessons. The lessons from the Killer Karen story in Pennsylvania. Number 1, number 0, somebody said that she should have threatened to shoot her hairstylist before she went to shoot. But anyway, number 1, liberalism is a mental disorder. Right? This is a fact of life stolen from many, many years ago from Michael Savage. He said it. He was absolutely right, and he has never been proven wrong. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Number 2, not all gun owners are de facto patriots. This lady is a hardcore Democrat psycho, right? But she has a gun. You're like, well, but Democrats, yeah, they do, because Democrats are the ultimate in hypocrite. It's like the Moms Demand Action rally hiring armed security to keep them safe while they're protesting guns. It's part in see part 1. Number 3, liberals never take responsibility for their own actions. This lady goes out, blanket threatens to kill anyone who comes near her without a mask on, right? Because they're engaging in biological terrorism. But now she's the victim.
Why would you say that on social media?
Well, I've received threats and people said bad things about me. People should be saying bad things about you. You're a psycho. But rather than take responsibility for their own actions, it's now she's the victim.
And it's not just like a random person. It's a leader in a community that's leading things that affect children.
Yeah, she's on the school board, and she's supposedly a doctor. I don't know what she's a doctor of. And number 4, Democrats are the greatest threat to this nation. Look at the shootings, the mass murders. If they're not committed by religion of peace, of Muslim missionaries or members of the religion of peace,
soon to be Democrats,
they're committed by Democrats. It wasn't a Republican shooting up a Democrat softball practice in Washington. It was the opposite. All right? And we've listed this over and over. People are like, how could this happen? How could this happen? This is exactly how it happens.
And it would be one thing if it was like, every once in a while, one of the people that commits these mass murders is a Democrat or registered Democrat or liberal or whatever. But it's almost every single one of them. Every single one of them.
9%.
Yeah.
And the media always initially tries to go white Christian conservative Trump voter, and then they're like, that wasn't the case. Damn. And then they, like the guy in Milwaukee that shot up the brewery. They were all excited about that. As soon as they got the news, they're like, oh, we got an active shooter. Oh, we can't wait to report it. And they're like, oh, it was a black registered Democrat. Never mind. We're all done with that story. Moving on. The gun was bad. It was a bad gun. We don't have pictures of the guy or his voting. We don't have his pro-Obama voting record or anything. He was a non-white Democrat union member. Like, oh, we're not going to talk about that. Nope, because those people are all saints. Anyone who's non-white Democrat and union member is a de facto saint.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about that. So if you learn any lesson from Killer Karen here in Pennsylvania, there's several lessons. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Not all gun owners are de facto patriots. Okay? Liberals never take responsibility for their own actions. And last but certainly not least, Democrats are the greatest threat to the nation that is the United States of America. Tomorrow, we will be here with a bonus hour. Yes, indeed, do. And if you are a member of the grad program, and if you're a recent member of the grad program, good for you. Sailor stops jihad shooter in Corpus Christi. That's good news. Got a go team moment there. We've got a scholastic constitutional scholar in the state of Michigan, the Big Mitten, who says that you, stupid peasants, have no right to get a haircut.
Huh.
What? Okay. We've got some leadership for you and more goodness. And if you'd like to join us tomorrow, you want to. You got the time. Go to GetSOTG.com and sign up. And we will talk to you mañana. The rest of you will be back on Monday. Until then, remember, kids, you're a beginner once.
You're a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.